Okay, we've got this graph. It's true for 20 to 40. So we want x when this equals 40. So if we go into our graph, we've got 0.02 x squared plus 20. And we've got a view window of 0 to 40 and 0 to 40. And then hopefully that should look like what we're expecting. That's because we've got an extra 0. That looks like what we're expecting. So we're looking at when f of x is 40. So 40 equals 0.02 x squared plus 20. If they want us to calculate it through, then we can do that because we can take 20 off both sides. And that's 0.02 x squared. So x squared will be these two things times together. Or we've got gsolve xcal when y is 40. So we're expecting a value of x is 31.6, and it wants it to one decimal place. So if we wanted to do it through the other way, you'd have then had 20 divided by 0.022, and then you would square root that. Which hopefully will give us exactly the same answer as we got. Okay, for part B, he will need to use the inverse function, sketch the graph of the inverse function showing the coordinates of the graph where it meets the x-axis and where x is 40. So what we've got here is we know that we know that this point here is at 31.6. So when we're doing it the other way, we are going to need this one to hit there, which will be 31.6, and it's going to need to hit at 40. That's not helpful. So there is 20, and it's got to be a mirror image of what we've got there. So it should look a bit like that. Sketch it, showing the points with the graph where it meets the x-axis, which is 20, and the line x equals 40. So if we stick our 31.6 in there as well. And then we need to find the inverse function by making y the subject of the equation. So we've got x equals 0.02 y squared plus 20. So if we take 20 off both sides, we've got 0.02 y squared. Then from there we can divide both sides by this and then square root it. So we end up with the square root, well, we end up with the square root of x minus 20 divided by 0.02, and that will equal y. And it's all positive, so we are okay, as is. Okay, so for part C, we have a different curve. We know this, so calculate the value when x equals of x when y equals 45. So for part C, part 1, we need our equation, and we're substituting in. So we've got y is 45, and that equals 18 e 0.025 x. It's told us to calculate it, so it may well want us to actually kind of show what we're doing. So if we do 45 divided by 18, then that will equal e 0.025 x. Then if we ln both sides, we've got ln 45 over 18 is 0.025 x. So x is going to equal to ln 45 over 18. So ln 45, probably need to put that in brackets, divided by 18, and then divide that by 0.025, and we want it to one decimal place, so we've got 36.7. C part 2. We would like a reflection, so we've got to make y the subject. So we have x equals 18 e 0.025 y. We can divide both sides by 18, so we have x over 18 is e to the power of 0.025 y. If we ln both sides, we've got ln x over 18 is 0.025 y, which means y is going to be equal to if we turn that into something nicer, 40. Then we've got that as the subject of the equation. And that's it.